I hope everyone is having a great day today. Welcome to my channel. With every day that passes, Americans today, they're very nervous and scared what is going to happen tomorrow. So last week, the unemployment benefits, that extra boost, that $600 has expired last week. That was an extra $600 that put in the pockets and the hands of American people on both sides, Republican and Democrat Americans. So now with it expiring, both parties, they're fighting, they're battling right now, which we call negotiations, on passing the right bill. I feel the HEROES Act on the Democrat side is the right bill. We can argue about, is $3 trillion the number? Or is $1 trillion the number on the Republican side? Is that enough, or is it too much? But what we do know, we need to come to an agreement ASAP, because again, the benefits, they have expired. So a lot of Americans, they don't know what's going to happen. Millions of Americans can, go homeless. You have the Democrats saying that the Republicans are not, they want to do something short term. They want to only give $200 for unemployment, which we all know that's little, right? Because in most states that we don't think about, they only give about $100 to $300 in weekly state benefits to be unemployed. So a lot of people in most states, they're relying on that extra $600. It's not up to me to say, was that too much, or was that too little, or was that that's not me. I'm no politician. I always tell you guys, I don't have the solution. But what I do know, it is helping a lot of people, and they're saying that the Republican side and Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell, they're saying that if we give the $600, these, the American people, they don't want to go back to work. That's not true. I think a lot of people want to go back to work. They're speaking of the minority, and then when they speak of the minority, they're making it a majority to the people and really to their supporters. And we know that's untrue. I think many Americans want to go back to work. They're used to working. All they know is work with no balance, right? So they want to go back to work, but right now, these unemployment benefits, this boost, is what we need as the people. And the problem with the HEROES Act, what the Republicans are pushing, they don't want to put money into the people's hands. They want to put money in big business. They want to keep bailing out big companies. And Nancy Pelosi, House Speaker, Democrat House Speaker, she's saying, hey, we know what the Republicans are up to. They want to keep putting money into the big companies and bailing them out. What about the American people? I'm not a big fan of Nancy Pelosi. Not a big fan. But one thing I can say about her is that, she wants to help the people. Who knows? She does much better job than some of those Republicans. So I could feel her on that. She really wants to put money into their pockets. She wants to help the people. She sees what's going on. She gets the phone calls. She's speaking to the people face to face. They're going, maybe knocking on her door, with her big freezer of gourmet ice cream in San Francisco. But at the end of the day, I think she's trying to do the right thing. And Democrat minority leader Chuck Schumer, he's speaking up. He's going out to the media the last few days saying, hey, we're meeting with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and they're meeting with them for over almost 3 hours, and nothing is getting done. He feels that there's progress, but there's a problem on the unemployment. And a lot of people don't know this as well too. The Republican Party, this is what they'll do. So right now they're pushing the $200 extra a week, but what they're trying to do is saying, you know what, we'll give in to the Democrats. We'll give them their little $600. Let's say they do. But what they're really trying to push, they're obviously trying to push bailouts for big business. And what they want to do, they want to open the schools back. So that's the agreement that is saying, hey, Democrat Party, we'll give you this money. We'll help the American people. And you're not just helping Democrats or independents, you're actually helping Republican people too, because most of those people are unemployed right now too. There's no party when it comes to unemployment and losing jobs, being furloughed or laid off, and most of the jobs are probably not even coming back. So there's no party lines on that. It's all equal. So the Republicans are suffering too. They are. So they want to open back schools. And I just don't think as we can see within the country with COVID-19, I don't think that's the best idea. I think distant learning is the way to go right now until further notice. I think until next year, you know. Um, and they're saying too, like, we're not even in the second phase, the second wave of the COVID-19. We're in a tsunami. Do I believe that? I think so. Because I do remember we were at 50,000 deaths in the US back in early May. So 3 months later, we damn near tripled it. We're almost damn near at 160, 160,000 deaths. So that tells you right there that it's no slowing down. They even said that in the summertime, when it's so hot, it's going to kill the virus. It's only turned it up more. Not just it turned it up. There are a lot of idiots, people that are just trying to do what the hell they want to do, and just being out there, being close to people, and they're just doing too much, trying to party. You're doing too much. This is just not the time for it. I get it. People are tired of being home. People are tired of being cooped up and wearing masks. I understand that, because we're not used to anything like that. This is a first for everybody, so I get it. But people are not being responsible, and you have a lot of people on the right. They're saying that, this is my freedoms you're trying to take away. This is my right. Not just a freedom of speech, it's a freedom to do what I want to do, walk around. I'm not committing a crime. Because years ago, just driving with seatbelts, it wasn't a law. But then they made a law. Now everybody's wearing seatbelts. They got in line. You understand? They got in line. It took time, but they got in line. Now it's a law. It took people dying to say, you know what, let's put the seatbelt on. And it's going to be the same thing with the coronavirus. They have to push a law to make sure everybody's wearing masks and, just social distancing, because this is a team effort. Because if we don't follow what the CDC is saying, and Dr. Anthony Fauci, and just the medical experts, we're going to be in this for a long time, guys. And I know you don't want to hear it. I've been telling people close to me, when I first heard this pandemic was getting kind of bad, I remember back in April, and I said, not even April, I apologize, I would say middle of March, I said, this is not going to be good, guys. They were like, no, don't say that, don't put that. I'm like, listen, this is a virus. They said this is the flu times 10. A flu times 10. Do people really know what that is? That's crazy. That's really, because the flu alone is bad, but the flu times 10, and I just knew it was going to be bad, and I didn't want to be right about it, but it was almost common sense. And I think there were people that did know that it was going to happen. But just getting back on track, just with the whole the relief package that wants to get passed. You have the HEROES, you have the HILls Act. The HILls Act, I don't think it's a good relief package by the Republicans. It's very dirty, if you know what I mean, when you read the fine print and know what's in there. Again, with the unemployment benefits, they only want to give $200 for the first, I think, 2 months or 3 months, and after that, they want to give, if you're still unemployed, which a lot of people still will be, because most companies are not looking to hire guys. A lot of companies are losing money, and they're trying to, as we say in banking, I've been in banking 10 years, it's called, shedding fat. They're trying to shed the fat, shed the weight. And they're not just looking just to bring people back on. If you're not Amazon, Walmart, a fast food chain or something like that, it's going to be tough, because you know what? Say somebody like me, or maybe you guys, you're not just looking for a damn Walmart job. You're looking for jobs that pay good money, right? 75, 100,000, 125, whatever that number is that you feel comfortable with, or your experience, tends to. You want that type of money. And with this pandemic, a lot of companies are not just trying to shell out, 6-figure, checks. You know what I mean? So we're going to be here for a while. So the Republican Party needs to come to an understanding. They understand, to an agreement. Cut the check. And I'm not just talking about a $1,200 stimulus check. Help the people, help them with the unemployment, even with renters. We can't have them all on the streets. Where they're going to go to shelters and spread more COVID-19 and things like that, See, maybe me and you guys, we're okay. Our bills might be paid, but there are a lot of people across America, millions of people that need that assistance, that needs that help. They need the money. And I always looked at it like this because I was one of them. I grew up in the hood, in the Bronx. I grew up poor. I've been working since I was 11 years old in 1994, packing groceries at Key Food. Had a paper route. I was delivering the Daily News for 7 years, from 94 to '02, my last year of high school. So I get it. I know what it is to struggle. I know what it is to go do what you got to do, right? So I'm for the people. Just because I quote unquote made it, educated, don't mean that I forget where I came from and the people that helped me get to where I'm at. I'm all for the little guy. And I'm always going to be like that. I don't care if you give me $1 million, $10 million, $500,000. I don't care about the money. Because at the end of the day, I care about the people. And one thing Nancy Pelosi said too, to the media on Monday, she said that they're going to meet again on Tuesday. And she was just saying that she ain't going for no short-term deals, because right now the Republicans are trying to do a short-term deal, saying we'll extend the benefits. They want to do like a 7-day extension, but they're trying to throw in some little disclaimers and things like that, their little wish list, because a lot of people saying the Democrats have a wish list, which they probably do, because they want to give to local government, states, things like that. And Trump was saying that, you're trying to bail out states, cities that's been failing for decades now. I get everybody has an agenda and everybody has a wish list, but the question is, whose wish list is more important? Whose wish list? Because whoever gets the deal, if it's the Republicans win the deal or the Democrats, which I think they will win the deal, somebody's gonna get a wish list. Somebody's gonna, somebody's gonna get that. I think it's gonna be the Democrats, because they want to help the locals, the governments, and the states out with testing, schools. They want to help with unemployment. They want to help. You know what I mean? And Republicans, they're more focused on big business and opening schools. And Pelosi, she said, no short-term bill. You could forget that. We're not going for that. We're not doing no short-term. No deal. No deal. And I can respect that. I like that fight in her. And Chuck Schumer, he has some fight in him as well too. So it's just very disappointing to see that there's been a bill that, the HEROES Act has been out for, about 2 months? And then the Republicans, they was on vacation. They didn't even care about it. I understand what was going on. We were having, the protests, the riots and things like that. So the Republicans said, you know what? We ain't even looking at that. But you not looking at it, this is why we're here right now. There's a lot of people, they're nervous as hell. They don't know. They're like, damn, I got 3 kids, 1 kid, 2, whatever, or no kids, but I have these bills to pay. How I'm going to pay this bill? I live in, let's say, Missouri, and Missouri is giving $200 a week. What the hell $800 going to do for the month to pay your bills? I don't care what state you in. That's nothing. I think I was probably making more than that delivering newspapers and getting tips. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. There's no way. So, but the Republicans know that. They know it's common sense. They know that that's not enough money. But everybody has an agenda. And with Mitch McConnell, he's a little sneaky little one. So what he's trying to do too, in the HEROES Act, in their package, they're trying to make a way where it makes it hard for people to vote in November. Because with the Democrats, they want to do, mail-in voting. And what the Republicans want, because they know if you do mail-in, there's no chance they even have a chance of winning. And they're trying to win again. And with mail-in, it's not even a race, because people are definitely going to do the mail-in. It's harder for people to get their butts up to go to the ballots and things like that, and go vote. But Mitch McConnell and Trump, they're like, please, there's a lot of fraud. Let's try to have them go to the ballots, in November. But that's what it is. That's what Mitch McConnell's up to. See, a lot of people, they'll watch the media and they just look at, oh, no relief package, oh, no money. I really listen to a lot of this stuff, so I guess that's why I do the videos, to help you guys out, because I really want to know what's behind everything. I want to know, like, the fine print, things like that, people's agenda, and I just want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think the Democrats will have their bill passed? That's the HEROES Act. Do you think the Republicans, they're going to have their package passed, their relief package? Do you think too the $600 is going to get extended? I personally think so. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be 600? Do you think they'll agree to 500, 400? We all know 200 is not going to do it. That's like saying, listen, 200 is like having nothing. That's like having no money. To me, it's like, don't even give anybody any money if you only offering 200. It's like a slap in the face. And don't come out and say, oh, that's just a starting point. Nah, that's not no starting point. That's an insult to the people. And again, and I always say this, you're not just insulting Democrats, you're insulting your own people, which are Republicans. There are a lot of Republicans out of work, guys. Let's not forget that. Most people probably thinking this is a Democrat thing. When you see the fighting and stuff, no, this is a American thing. So I'm sad to see my people suffer. I hope some things change ASAP. They need to, come to an agreement this week. I'm tired of seeing your president, Donald Trump, play golf the last few days while people are suffering. And I really want to know what you guys are thinking, because this has been on my mind. It's been on my mind for the last, month or two. But I've just been trying to gather more information, and before I make a video, I want to come correct and kind of give you guys my point of view, and we can have that conversation and that dialogue and that transparency. But we know in politics, we're not getting that transparency. Yeah, we're seeing both parties come out and talk to the media and saying what's being offered, and they're giving us little details and who's holding out and things like that. But sometimes we got to use our own judgment and see what's behind everything. But I appreciate you guys' support. Make sure you guys like the video. Please share it to other people, and subscribe below. And I'll talk to you guys soon. And peace and love.